Chile is one of the most beautiful countries I have ever been to. If you want city life, you got it. If you want nature and the outdoors, Chile has it. If you want a combo of both, Chile also has it. So how can you move from the US to Chile? For a year, maybe more? Hello there, and my name is Ashely Liliana, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I share all things living abroad, specifically my life abroad here in Santiago de Chile. If you want to see what life abroad is like here during these times in Santiago, make sure to check out my series, Life Abroad in Chile. And if you want to know more about what you should know before moving or coming to Chile, make sure to check out this playlist right over here. Teaching English is one of the most popular ways and paths that people take to move abroad, whether it's going to Spain, Japan, China, South Korea, or coming to Chile. Teaching English is the path that a lot of individuals take. It's a challenging path, but it's also a really rewarding path. If you're unsure if teaching English abroad is for you, I wrote this blog post that I will leave linked down below, the 4 reasons why you should teach abroad. They're my personal reasons why I love teaching abroad, but maybe it'll convince you if that's something that you're on the fence about. Make sure to check out that blog post down below. And a few things that we need to go over and things to keep in mind. The first thing is that borders are currently closed, and they're closed until the end of June. So that if you're coming the temporary resident route, that's okay, because you still need weeks, months in order to gather all of your documents. So it's not like you can come within the month. The second thing you need to know is you need a Tefl certification. So everything I'm going to talk about today is assuming that you have a Tefl certification, or you're in the process of getting one, or if you don't have that and you want to teach abroad anywhere or in Chile, just know that you need a Tefl certification. I do have a link for a Tefl certification that I will leave down below if anyone who wants a financially friendly option. And the third thing you need to know is about the Chilean school year. Chilean school year starts in March and ends in December. If you are applying to a program in the future or a job, note that the school year starts in March, so recruitment is most likely going to happen from August to November, December. Another thing I'm going to talk about before we even get to the good stuff. What does teaching look like in Chile in 2021? The last year and a half has been in a pandemic. COVID has changed everything. Prior to the pandemic, there were many programs that you could apply to. Because of the pandemic, many of those programs have actually been either closed down or are not accepting applicants anymore. And that's the case for almost all of the programs here in Chile, the ones that we're teaching in person. The majority of the students here are doing remote learning. There are a few students that are going to school. That's dependent on the comuna that you're in and what fase your comuna is in, and I'm not going to get into all the small details, but just know that the majority of students are remote learning. So that in-classroom experience is really not something that you can have right now because of the situation. So again, it's just kind of important to manage expectations. But if you want to start your adventure in Chile, you want to move abroad relatively soon, you want to just be here and live here and experience day-to-day life, and you want to get here within the next 3 to 4 months, and that's your plan, I'm going to share some options you can take. This route is really good if you're wanting to come to Chile in the next 3 to 4 months with a temporary resident visa. This might be the route that you want to go. One option that you can do is come through a language company that is based in Chile. The benefit of this is that you will get a contract, which is one of the main documents that you will need in order to apply for your temporary resident visa. And your temporary resident visa allows you to live and work here in Chile. If that's something that you want to do, going through the language company route is one of the options. So 3 resources that I'm going to share with you. The first is CIE. So yeah, CIE's program Teach in Chile, the one that I came through when I came to Chile the first time in 2019, no longer exists. But what they do have is this option for current students who are enrolled in their Tefl program and also alumni. This job placement or job placement assistant is for you. Like I said, you need that Tefl certification. So if you're watching this may be a really great route. You can get your Tefl certification with CIEE, and then you can use their free job assistance to find a job here in Chile. If you're not an alumni or a past participant of CIE, then these 2 other options might be helpful for you. There are 2 companies. One is called Beyond English, teach online to adults and also to kids who are ages 4 through 14. The third company is called the Language Company, and this company actually is a company that I got hired, and I had started my visa process, my second temporary resident visa, with my contract from this company until I decided that I wasn't going to pursue it anymore. that from just my very short, brief experience of interacting with different workers and employees from there through my process and just through the hiring process. Everyone's super kind and really helpful. All 3 website links I will leave down below. All of those that I mentioned were for opportunities that allow you to teach online, but in Chile as well. Now, let's say you want that in-person classroom experience. I get it. It's a wonderful experience. I love, being in the classroom with my students, and I really loved that experience. And that's the experience that you really want and that you're aiming for. You can wait also a little bit longer. So you're not looking to come here within the next 3 to 4 months. You are willing to wait a bit more to kind of see how things play out. Then I'm going to mention a government program, and I'm also going to mention some resources that you can keep checking. Again, just a reminder that the school year here in Chile is from March to December. So what that means is that recruiting and hiring teachers or programs that are opening or positions that are going to be available are probably not going to be available until maybe September, October, November time period. Usually probably around November, December is when you're gonna know for sure or know if you got a position, because you're gonna need a couple of months to be able to apply for the temporary resident visa. So the first program that I want to mention is their government program. So similar to Spain, how Spain has a government program, and there are other countries too, Chile has a government program that is through the Chilean Ministry of Education. It's called English Opens Doors Program. And individuals who apply and get accepted are volunteers, so you are getting a stipend. A benefit of that is that the temporary resident fee visa is waived. So all the documents that you need to apply for the temporary resident visa are not waived. So fingerprints, all those other things, passport picture, but the fee itself is waived. So that is a nice benefit to that. And lastly, there are placements all over Chile. So you're not going to be stuck to one specific region or city or area in Chile. 2 resources and then 1 tip that I want to give. So the first resource is Teach Away. Teach Away is kind of like a job board. There's also Dave's ESL Cafe, I believe is the name. I'll leave those 2 down below. And Teach Away has actually jobs also in the United States, but they have jobs everywhere in the world. So you can just type in the country and you can see all the positions that are available. Go Overseas is like a Yelp for teach abroad programs. You can search either by country or by program, and then you can read reviews from past participants. Of course, always take everything with a grain of salt, and you make your own judgment based on what you're reading. You can also click and go to the website through there. Note that there are some programs for Chile that no longer exist that are still on their site, and also some of them that are not accepting applicants. Keep that in mind, but you can always check around as it gets closer to the school year to see if anything comes up. The next tip is social media is one of the best places. Facebook groups is a great place. Finding Facebook groups that are teachers in Chile or for a specific program in that specific country, just in general, but also for Chile. Look for those programs and join them and see if they're posting any new updates or maybe opportunities there, or you can ask past participants. Also follow the programs on social media. A lot of these programs have social media. I know CIE has a social media account for almost every single one of their programs, and then also their study abroad program. That's a great way to get updates in real time to see what's happening with the program. So the moment something changes, the moment things open, you're ready to apply. The second part, I kind of alluded to this at the beginning of the video. Let's say that you want to come to Chile, but you don't really want to commit for a year. You just kind of want to feel it out, see how you might like it, see how things are, living here, how things have changed. Then this is an option that you can take. So you can come to Chile with a tourist visa. So again, this information and this video in general applies to individuals who are coming from the United States who hold a US passport. When you can come and stay up to 90 days, which is 3 months. Once you're in Chile and you decide that you want to stay for a bit longer, you can extend your tourist visa for an additional 90 days. So in total, you can stay in Chile with a tourist visa for 6 months, which is what I'm currently doing right now. And this option is really good for anyone who is working remotely or is teaching online with other online teaching companies that are based elsewhere, which is what I'm doing. I teach for 2 online companies with Whales English and VIPKid, and they're both based in China. The benefit of working with an online company like that is that you are an independent contractor, you set your own schedule, you get paid in USD, and you can work from anywhere in the world. All you need is a laptop, a headset, and some good Wi-Fi, and you can teach from anywhere in the world. If you want more information about that, or you want to ask me some questions about it, I have some information about the companies that I work for down below in the description box. So take a look at it, and if you have any questions, send me a DM or you can send me an email. Whether it's teaching online with another company that allows you to work remotely or some other remote work that you have, Coming to Chile on a tourist visa might be a good option if you don't really want to commit for a year, or you're just kind of on the fence and not sure. This is kind of a good way to kind of get your feet wet to see what life is like here in Chile. Things that I want to note though with a tourist visa, of course, you are a tourist, so there are some things that you cannot get. You can't open a bank account, you cannot get a Chilean ID or a route number. That I've been here for a couple months and it's been fine because I just use my passport. In terms of a living situation, there are a lot of people that come here studying abroad and they only stay for like 3 to 4 months. So there are many options in Santiago and just in general where you can either rent Airbnb or you can rent an apartment or a room for 6 months. So there are options out there. Facebook groups are a great place to check out living situations if that's a route that you want to take. I know that was a lot of information that I threw at you with all these different options and paths that you can take. What I want you to take away from this is that you can move from the United States to Chile if you want to take the teaching English route. It is possible. It maybe doesn't look the way you thought it might look, or maybe the way you were hoping for if you wanted to really teach in the classroom and get that classroom experience, but it's not impossible. If you have any questions, or if you're watching this and you know another language company or just some information about programs, website, resources, anything like that that would be useful for anyone else who wants to make that move from the United States to Chile, make sure you leave all that information down below. As always, thank you so much. Suerte and good luck on your process and your journey. I will see you in the next one. Ciao.